And good morning. Welcome to Today at the Races, presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter, along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel, on a picturesque, beautiful fall Saturday. Still feels like summertime. It's nice and warm today. We'll be in the 80s, fast and firm. Had a nice Friday yesterday. Big day today. 12 race card. We'll have a carryover in that super high five in the opener. It's a big day here for racing, and a big day up at Parks. We have the Grade 1 Pennsylvania Derby up there, the Grade 1 Cotillion. It's $1 million race featuring our Black Eyed Susan winners and their actress in the Cotillion.
Yeah, no, big day up and down the East Coast, no doubt. Yeah.
Who you like in the PA Derby? I'm going for a long shot. Nick Zito, Giuseppe the Great, but some tough horses in there. West Coast for Baffert, IRAP for Doug O'Neill. Who you like?
I think West Coast is going to be awfully tough right back for Baffert. He always comes out here, loaded for bear. So, yeah, West Coast. I haven't really dug into those races as much as I would have liked to. They've kept me pretty busy here, Stan, at Laurel Park with, 37,000 races this weekend.
Well, Philly might want to catch tonight because we might catch a nice price. You're well aware of Shimmering Aspen and how good she is. She won the Twix with the 97 buyer speed figure. She won by 5.5. She's 5-1 morning line in the grade 3 Charlestown Oaks tonight. It's a $300,000 race. She drew in off the AE from the 13 hole. I guess they had 3 scratches in the body. Shimmering Aspen draws in to the body of the race in the grade 3 Charlestown Oaks. She'll be on the outside going 7 furlongs with Steve Hamilton. If we can catch a nice price, Shimmering Aspen, I think maybe worth a bet later on.
You're not going to catch 5-1 on Shimmering Aspen. No. We'll change that 1 to a 2, maybe that 5 to a 2.
All right, 5 to 2, still decent.
What was she last time when she won?
She was she's about 3 to 5 here in the Twix.
You go. Okay.
But she won't be 3 to 5 up there.
No, but she won't be 5-1. I wouldn't think.
All right, we'll see who scratched it in the body. So Shimmering Aspen in the Oaks tonight at Charlestown. But we have some good stuff going on here this weekend and next weekend. Check out next Saturday. Last Saturday was the first of 6 Super Saturdays this fall, and next Saturday is going to be another Super Saturday. It's the Commonwealth Day Class on the Grass. 8 turf stakes with 3 of them graded. What a huge day it's going to be, featuring the Grade 2 Baltimore-Washington International Turf Cup, the return of that historic race. It's a Grade 2 next Saturday, the feature on a big day.
I remember when we were younger, the old DC International. What a great race coming out and seeing everybody come around. Glad to see it back, and work its way up in status.
You'd have top turf runners from all over the world coming here, and they'd have to take on local runners like 10 Keys for Mike Pino and a bunch of good American runners in it. So it'll be a nice race next Saturday, the Grade 2 Baltimore-Washington International Turf Cup, part of 8 races for the class on the grass next Saturday. Going to be a huge Saturday. It's going to be the second of 6 Super Saturdays this fall, featuring 44 stake races, almost $4.5 million in purses. So that's next Saturday. Check out the carryover we have for you here in the opener in that $1 super high five, 15% takeout. Nice carryover in the opener, a little over 2,700. If they don't hit it in race 1, it'll carry over in the second race. Every race with 7 or more horses, we have the super high five. How about the payouts yesterday? In the last race, they hit the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 with no carryover.
Right.
That's still a good bet to play with no carryover. They hit it for $1,800 yesterday. You have all 6 winners.
Right.
You're probably going to be the only ticket. So Pick 6 pays $1,800 yesterday, and how about the late Pick 5? It paid $9,500. I went for it. I hit the early Pick 5. I think the early Pick 5 paid like $5.28. And 30 cents. I played my late Pick 5 ticket. I got back 30 cents for my early Pick 5 score. Took a big swing at the late Pick 5. Went 3 out of 5. Didn't have the Ollie Figgins horse or the John Hartzell horse. But congratulations if you had the late Pick 5 yesterday for $9,500.
Yeah, you see the value here. The late Pick 5. Here are your winners: 2-1, 7-2, 9-2. 4-1, which was the second choice behind the 4-5 Jerry Robb, and a 7-2 shot. Now, I know that last race was awfully tough. You probably had to spread 4, 5, maybe even 6 deep. And the early Pick 5 yesterday, 4 pretty solid favorites. And then you had the Stranger, still 5.28. Pretty good.
Yeah, how about that winner, I forget the name now, but the Dale Capuano 4-year-old.
Patio Prado, that's right.
By Patio Prado, second start going long on the turf, won at a big price for a $40 winner there for Dale Capuano. Good to see. So some exciting racing yesterday. Big 12-race card today. Bunch of big fields on our world-class turf course. There's the conditions. We'll be fast and firm. We're on the all along and the Dahlia turf courses today. Fast and firm. The turf course playing pretty fair. Dirt
Yes.
course yesterday. Inside still maybe not the best place to be on the dirt.
Yeah, still slight favor to the outside. So that's like 4 races, 4 days, 4 racing days in a row. Just, take advantage of it if you can, if it stays like this.
And you saw the masterful ride from the Hall of Famer
Yes.
Edgar Prado, and She Rolls. Like you said, he stayed in about the 2-3 path and turned for home. He got out to about the 5 path and went all the way. So nice ride there by Prado. He's done that a time or two here in Maryland. Let's get right to it here. In race 1, we'll have the rolling super high 5 carryover here in the opener, a little over 2,700. Also, race 1 will kick off the early pick 5. Mandatory payout always on the early pick 5. And just like the late pick 5, industry low 12% takeout on this early pick 5. Let's take a look here. Race 1, we're going 5.5 furlongs on the all-along turf course, 25,000 starter allowance, optional claiming 25,000 here, and I like the 5. Total the Ben's my top pick, and you do too. We have a video spotlight here. This 3-year-old trained by Hugh McMahon.
Yeah, we're going to take you back a couple races back, August the 5th, over a yielding turf course here at Laurel Park. Horse ran a good buyer of 66. That was still Linda Rice right there. Yeah. I believe.
Yep, it was still
claimed, right. They tried
day.
to get this horse back. You're going to see Total Benz go up the inside. Had that tough rail position and encounters some difficulty heading into the turn. We've seen this move time and time again in these bigger fields. Speed drops over. Unfortunately, you try to sit there and maintain. Maybe a little keen to go on a steady there at the half-mile pole. And then, again, coming, there was a 3/8 midway on the turn, another steady behind the leaders, the dueling leaders with some prices. But, get some room. Gets us to a short lead here in mid-stretch. Goes over to the left lead and just can't quite hold on. Chili Magician with a good sustained rally is going to collar Total the Benz late. But I think all in all, Total the Benz back to the turf off of that dirt race last time out. Second time for Hugh McMahon. His field is sketchy at best. And this horse was kind of a give-up for Linda Rice. But this horse fits the mold of the McMahon Rice. This horse is going to be okay. And I think there's enough speed. This horse will be able to relax just off of it and make the move and hold on.
And jockey Katie Davis and Hugh McMahon, I keep saying it time and time again, but they're red hot, almost 30% winners together here at Laurel Park. So we both like the 5, Total of the Benz. I'm going to use the 8 in the exacta here on the outside. Love You Much from the Ferris Allen barn. Sharp win 2 starts ago last June against Maiden, 25,000 company. The last race came off the turf, still a good third against Starter Allowance Company. Late July has been freshened since then. A sharp bullet, half-mile work, 48-3 coming into this race. Gets Alex Cintron. Should get a beautiful trip on the outside here.
Yeah, could do worse. Cintron, very strong rider. Been very consistent over the last couple of years at Laurel, all around. Delaware, or you name it. Love You Much, though. That was an eye-catching move 2 races back when breaking the maiden for 25. Did it, pretty comfortably. If you're looking for a good angle on Trainer Ferris Allen, you got it. Dirt to turf, almost 20% with an ROI of over $6. This horse hits a very good trip. I think is around a long way this afternoon.
We have a rider change on the 6, so you have in the exacta free mark. Make the rider Jackie Davis. Jackie Davis will ride the 6 free mark, a sharp winner against Maiden Special Weight Company on the dirt last out of Parks.
Yeah, only 5 starts on the grass, but 2 seconds and a third, and you see a top fig of 73. 73 is a number that's going to win this race, and we've seen it time and time and again in the movie. Took this horse, 21 starts to break the maiden, but it showed drastic improvement here in a new barn, a barn I'm kind of unfamiliar with. 17 starts, 4 winners over the year. Freemark, I think, in the form that he's in right now, certainly I respect those numbers and those back races on the turf. I think he'd be around in this race.
Yeah. How about the stats for the barn trainer, Cindy Servideo? I don't know much about her either, but this is how you do it with a small outfit. 17 starts this year, 4 winners. That's good for 24%. So, you better respect this outfit here. It's a 4-year-old trained by Smart Strike, going in the right direction. I kind of overlooked him a bit. The 3, Run from the Nun for trainer Howard Wolfendale. Good third, 2 starts ago at this level. You get J.D. Acosta today. Forget about the race on the dirt July 30th. It didn't go well that day, but it's been regrouped since then. A nice half-mile work on the tab here for this race September 9th. I think the 3, Run from the Nun, can be right there in the opener.
Yeah, and taking a real quick perusal of this race, when you're just looking at it, you want to do your little 2-minute drill, you see some decent speed in the race, and you see some horses that love to flatten a little bit almost. So Don't Poke the Cat is probably the best legitimate closer, but does he find himself too far back against this field? He's held the right kind of company. Can't fault his last 2 efforts at all. He's one wild dude that's been deadly consistent of late, going short or long. But man, he was well back against those slower fractions. He could be a mile back on the turn.
All right, so nice turf sprint to kick off the early pick 5, and nice little carryover in that super high 5 over 2,700 in the opener. Let's take a look at race 2 to kick off the first of 3 pick 4s this afternoon. They start races 2, 5, and then 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 2, 5, and 9 will start the pick 4s this afternoon. So let's take a look here at the second, going a mile and a 16th on the main track, claiming 10,000 for 3-year-olds. For 3-year-olds or older horses, never won 3. So you're going to have some 3-year-olds in here taking advantage of the dual condition, and that's my top pick, the 2, Ice-T, a 3-year-old for trainer Kieran McGee, a 4-time winner this year, including the last race at Charlestown at this level. That was the second race off the claim. Now right back at the same level. That's why the 9-5 deserved favorite here in the second.
Yeah, I think he's going to settle in about that range. He works, stretching back out off of that race at Timonium, a gritty kind of a win. The internal fraction's decent and gutted out that victory. Now stretching back out, the 2 turns at a mile and a 16th at Laurel. I'm not sure if I like this horse's positional speed. I think he's got some grittiness to him. He's had a couple tough races right in a row. I'm looking for a little bit of a price. I think Ice-T clearly the one to beat. He's going to be around, still burning. How about for this horse for Jose Corrales out of some starter races, a starter race 2 back at Timonium, and then last time out was just chewed up early, went 22-3, 46-2 in that route race at Timonium. You don't see those kind of fractions there going along, but still managed to be well clear of the third-place finisher who came back out to win. Jose Corrales, when he jumps back up in class, he's got a positive ROI, close to $3, and hits at about a 17% clip. I don't see a ton of speed in here. Maybe Ice-T will try to send. I think if Still Burning is left alone on the lead, jockey Jose Barnes gets him out to about the 3 path and nurses him, he could go a long way in here.
Well, last time the horse won earlier this summer was at a big price, 21-1. You'll get a big price on the 3, Still Burning, here in the second race. How about the 7? We both like the 7 a little bit. Mischievous Dan for trainer Annette Eubanks. Annette Eubanks with her route numbers from a 79 horse sampling, 24% with a nice positive ROI, almost $5. So you have to respect that. As a 3-year-old by Into Mischief, who's won 3 races, including his last race early August, going a mile here at Laurel Park. So Mischievous Dan should be right there with Joe Torres aboard.
Yeah, looked like he was going to win by much more the way he moved up well within himself around the turn. Now going for the 1-turn mile distance we know he likes, stretching back out. And that Eubanks, you see it there on the bottom, little stat. Winner last start, 25-horse sample, wins at a 28% clip with an ROI. Yep. So they can put them back to back.
All right, so we're kind of we like a few of the same horses here.
Right.
You're going to get a nice price there. We're Still Burning Jose Corrales, who's due for a win here. So maybe in the second race. Let's turn the page here. Race 3, we get out to the turf course. We're going a mile and a 16th on the Dahlia turf course. Rail setting at 52 feet. It's a nice maiden claiming 16,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. And I go with the Hall of Famer first off the claim, coming off a layoff. The 1, English Tutor for trainer King T. Leatherberry, the 3-year-old by English Channel. The Dam, more to the story. She made almost 60,000. She won on the turf. She was stakes place. This guy is a full brother to Res Ipsa. Interesting name, but the horse won 3 times going long on the turf, made 200,000.
Yes.
So I think English Tutor is poised for a nice turf debut, and you like the horse for the Hall of Famer as well.
Yeah, maybe taking advantage. Maybe a little frustration that this horse was holding right around 16,000. Maybe you thought this horse started a little bit higher, but no, I like the fact. We've seen this move with King of the Pass claim and on the turf and have done okay. He's done all right with some of these horses. He's given this horse some time to regroup, just exactly what you said. Looking for a stranger in this race. Too many kind of like negatives. I see Bats cleanup. Looks too good. Praise the moon. Dropping down has had 14 chances. Kind of almost an omni fig when you really look at the 10 and the 7. They clearly look like the horses to beat. I'm just not comfortable selecting horses like that on top in this race. Let's look for a stranger with the 1 English Tutor, clearly based on that breeding, and I think maybe a true little claim for Leatherberry. The 9 Black Prong, I like the consistency this horse brings. 2 tries on the turf, 1 short, 1 long. Last time out, good effort. Double key race, produced 2 Trombetta horses came out of that race to win. I think one of them was yesterday, right, sprinting. So I think Black Prong just has to run that race back to be awfully tough in race number 3.
Trainer Reed Nagel having a big year, 24% winners on the year, and you get Kevin Gomez to ride. So, yeah, the 9's going to be the horse to beat. We both have that horse in the exact, and we both like the 10, Praise the Moon, but an 0 for 14. 4-year-old maiden here, so we're both picking against that horse. I throw the 7 in there as well. Bats clean up for Woodbury Payne. This horse coming down from New York, been running against New York breds up there. A little bit of a drop here to this level today for the 7.
Yeah, and another stranger maybe just throw in there underneath. It gets the double whammy. Blinkers and Lasix on number 3, Gaelic Chieftain. A barn change here to Susan Cooney. Wouldn't have to move up drastically off the debut run behind Chant David Jan, who won yesterday.
All right, so we're both going against the favorites, going for a long shot here for the Hall of Famer, number 1, English Tudor for Leatherberry here in the 3rd race. Let's take a look here at the 4th race. We're going 5.5 furlongs on the all along here for the 4th, claiming $16,000 for 3-year-olds or older horses. Never won 3, and I go with a 3-year-old here, the 4, Speedy Slew from the Mike Trombetta barn. A nice win against 16,000 to life. Last out, coming off the pace here at Laurel Park. That was on a good turf course. Gets a firm turf course today. Edwin Gonzalez will ride 9-2 morning line for the 4, Speedy Slew.
Flashed the speed 2 races back. Took back on the turf last time out. I made a big, bold run. Looked like the horse might hang a little bit. Was able to sustain and hold on by the narrowest of margins over Slickman. I do like this horse right back. I think this horse moving in from the 12-hole back inside. A little easier trip for Speedy Slew. Also a price horse I'm going to use on top. The 2, 6 Bits. Pat McBurney looks like he's coming in with some horses. Some horses that look fairly live as well. I like this horse. Reunited with Jockey Forest Boy. Should go back to that race June the 3rd at Monmouth. That's the race I'm kind of keying off. Versus the 3rd place finisher. Came back to win yesterday. Had trouble in that race. Waited, angled out. Stayed close to some decent fractions. This is a weird race from a pace scenario. Maybe the one skipping to victory is the speed of the speed. I think Just Call Me KL will be used to stay close, as will the 3, Chasing the Blues. 6 Bits looks like he's got enough to keep these horses in range and kind of grind on by. I like this horse today at a square price, maybe in that 5 to 6 to 1 range.
All right, you get a nice price there. Forest Poise, good turf rider. I use the 8, Chili Magician, in my exact. They're getting a little class relief, better outside post, was buried on the inside last out at 11-1 against a tougher 25,000 starter allowance field. Much easier field today, better outside post. This horse likes to come from off the pace, gets Alex Cintron. The 8's going to be awfully tough here in the 4th.
I think it's really hard to separate. Very similar running styles for both Trombetta horses, the 4 and the 8 in here. Yep.
All right, nice turf sprint there in the 4th race. You like the middle pick 4, and it starts in race 5 today. One of our features of the day, a nice maiden special weight for some well-bred 2-year-olds here, going a flat mile on the main track. The middle pick 4 last Saturday, I believe, had over 40,000 bet into it. So keep your eye on the middle pick 4. It starts with a nice race here in the 5th. Let's take a look at Keith's ticket.
We're going to try to get it started with a single, kind of a bold single. Kelly Rubley at 7-5 on the morning line. Scratch the 6 out of this race. Tirabashi for Grand Motion in race 5. We're going to get it going with a single, and then we're going to kind of spread from there. 1, 2, 6, and 10 in race number 6. 4 horses in race 7, 3, 5, 6, and 8. Bilko's an interesting firster for Dale Capuano, I believe. Going to try to get this horse home. And in the 8th race, the 1, 3, and 7. Buena Vista Crossing came back like gangbusters in New York, but may have to deal with another speed type to the outside, and Alexandra Rossi making her second start. A real sharp debut, winning on the dirt at Penn National. $24 ticket for your middle pick 4.
All right, I like your ticket. I like Bilko for Dale Capuano. And Mona Vista Crossing is going to be very tough. A Southern Peach is going to be coming late with Alex Cintron aboard. It's a nice sequence here for this middle pick 4. Let's take a look. Race 5, a maiden special weight for 2-year-olds, and I go with the favorite. I'm not going to try to beat this 2-year-old by Quality Road out of a Tail of the Cat mare, the 4, El Corazon. They paid $100,000 for this guy as a yearling at Keeneland. Kelly Rubley, very good trainer. She's based at Fair Hill right here in Maryland, becoming one of my favorite trainers. Very good with the young horses, and she has a well-bred one here who ran a decent 3rd at 11-1 against maiden special weight up there at Delaware.
Yeah, the winner ran a 75 buyer, drawing clear Supreme Aura. That was a Stidham firster. Larry Jones' horse got up, just kind of got the bob there at the wire. Went back and watched that race today, and that's why I kind of still going to sit with the 4 El Corazon. He ran like a horse that has got a little bit of class. He wasn't phased by trouble. He faced it a couple times. He was broke from the inside, showed good tactical speed, then had to steady briefly, steadied again, and kept on very willingly to the wire. El Corazon bred to stretch out, some route-winning siblings. He's got a solid edge off of that debut. Always, it's a tough call going to the mile off of the one race. At least it was 6 furlongs. I maybe would like to see one more sprint under its belt, but that was a good-looking performance when I went back and watched it.
All right, so we both like the 4, El Corazon. I'll go with the first-time starter in the exact to the 5. Yes means no for trainer Robbie Bales, a 2-year-old. By overanalyze the dam, acts like a lady. She won 4 times for almost $100,000. Was stakes place. This guy's a half brother to Thirsty Actor, who made $76,000. So some nice family here for the 5. Yes means no. A bunch of works on the tab, including a bullet 5 furlong work, 1:02, September 5th, right here at Laurel Park. The horse doesn't have to ship for the debut. Gets LASIK. Right. Sheldon Russell, I think lots to like here on the 5. Yes means no.
Yeah, this is the tough one to figure for me. You're looking at the breeding on the bottom side. You're thinking maybe sprint. But it's half to a 4-time sprint winner, but half to a 3-time turf route winner. So tricky. Yep. Robbie knows his stuff. So, you know, good work, steady progression of some solid works for yes means no. Would not surprise me in the least if this horse comes out as a runner. For a little price shot, how about the 8? Cades Cove Loop. I see you have the horse in there in third. I thought this horse ran pretty good and better than that 36 buyer figure in debut behind VIP Code. You see the short comment, hit gate angle 5 wide, made a decent little move into it before flattening out. Definitely speed on speed, it looks like, from the breeding standpoint. Another one, maybe this horse gets sent with the blinkers on. We'll try to steal it on the front end. I see this horse moving off the debut.
I like the 8. I like the Kenny Decker barn. Kenny Decker and Forest Boys have been a nice team here recently, about 20% with a positive ROI. And Kenny Decker used to be the farm trainer for Draxler Better Farm, so he knows all the breeding. He knows these dams. He knows the sires. This horse is a Florida bred down there by Brooks and Down. So I think it's encouraging. The trainer knows the whole family here on the 8 Caves Cove Loop. Gets blinkers on for the first time. Should get a nice trip from the outside. It's a nice maiden special weight. How deep did you go to kick off your pick 4 in this race?
I singled.
Singled on the 4.
Kelly Ruba. Even the 3 tattered. You got to give another look.
Goldberg.
I know we were tough on trainer Alan Goldberg
the
other day. We were off, and we took our medicine. We knew it was coming, right?
Sorry, Goldberg.
We knew it was coming.
We
and
put
we're not
you right in
here
the winner's circle, didn't we?
Yep. This horse, though, number 42. First time out at Parks, fresh since July, showed speed, but really didn't fade too much late. I like that horse stretching out. The breeding looks okay for going long. It is I believe that was a double key or maybe even a triple key race. Smooth B came back to run a 64 next time out and then followed up with like a lower 60 in the sapling. Tattered is better than what that debut shows.
And rider change here on the 3, make it Julian Pimentel.
Okay.
Pimentel rides a 3 Tattered. Pimentel was aboard that winner for Goldberg, I believe, last weekend. So nice maiden special weight here in the 5th race. Let's take a look here at race 6, and we'll get a commercial break and start with the second half of the Big 12 race card today on a beautiful Saturday afternoon here for horse racing. Race 6 is going a mile on the Dahlia turf course with the rail at 52 feet. 25,000 starter allowance, optional claiming 25,000 here. And, well, Leatherberry could be having a big day. I pick him on top twice. I like the 1 La Marette here from the inside. Should get a nice ground-saving trip with J.D. Acosta aboard. Acosta was aboard last time at 16-1 at this level. A very good second on a good turf course, so they'll get a firm turf course today, and they should get a nice trip from the inside.
I do. I think the mile is going to be perfect for her. I'm not really scared of the 1 for 20. 7 post, 10 post the last 2 times. Moves inside with some speed to target. You've got speed with El Vedado, the 13. Line of Music stretching out. Hashtag selfie. A few other ones like to be on or near the lead. I think the mile just perfect. It's a good trip. Her numbers have been pretty consistent, and I think, like I say, maybe gets covered up, finds a little seam ahead of the stretch, and gets it done. I do fear Majestic Trick. I think this horse is a little bit better, might get a little more flow this afternoon compared to that last race. Second time for Jeremiah Dwyer. But La Marette, all things being equal, was going to get the jump on that runner.
And we both like the 6-Star Flair from the Patrick McBurney barn. This horse, a nice maiden win, going 2 turns on the turf. 2 starts ago in August, then tried Allowance Company last out. A respectable effort up there against New Jersey Breds. Gets Forest Boys today. This horse is going to be forwardly placed, might be going to the front.
Yeah, it just seems like her best races are right on the front end. Last time out, just kind of even through the stretch when not getting the lead and having the track. Maybe aggressive tactics from Forest Boys, but there is some other speed in here to deal with. I think her best running, if Star Flair is going to really show, it's going to be if she clears this field.
I use a 13 on the far outside here for Reed Nagel. El Vedado. Kevin Gomez will ride this horse. A nice win at Gulfstream Park West last November. Maiden special weight going long on the turf, led every step of the way. Lightly raced this year, only 2 starts this year, both respectable down there. And Florida's been freshened since that last July race. This barn's tricky with this kind of move. They do well with horses coming back off of freshening. This horse should have a little early speed as well with Gomez.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting call. This horse has been able to come from 5, 6, 7 lengths out of it. I'm wondering if this, second time back, maybe just try to draft this horse right in. Going to the first turn, maybe just get settled in a 2 or 3 path and make a sustainable run, which she's been able to do. I didn't use her. We'll use her underneath in tries and exactas and supers, but I just don't know the trip, man. If 13 posts, if she's going to be able to work it out.
Sure. All right, we both like the 1 La Mourette in race 6. Let's get a quick commercial break. We'll start with the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 in race 7, and then the late Pick 5 starts in race 8. All that right after this. Welcome back today at the races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter along with Keith Fustel. If you love horse racing and beautiful weather, today is the day to come to Laurel Park as we have both a nice, exciting 12-race card, beautiful weather, carry over in that rolling super high 5 starting in race 1. But let's take a look here. Race 7 to kick off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. No carryover today. There was no carryover for it yesterday, but still somebody hit it for $1,800. So this is a nice bet to play with no carryover. It starts in race 7. Nice maiden claiming $25,000 for 3-year-olds and up, going 5.5 furlongs on the main track. And we have a video spotlight here of the 5, Sensational Notion from the Amanda Rawlings barn.
Yeah.
Here's the video from 2 starts ago right here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, 2 starts ago. This horse ran a couple good races in a row. Laurel, Pimlico, turf, dirt. It didn't really matter. 3 deep, just prompting the issue back on July the 8th, and it looked like this horse was going to go ahead and win it with Stevie. Kind of just cruises up and goes clear in mid-stretch, but just wasn't going to be the day. This horse has suffered some really tough defeats, beating a neck and beating 3/4 this day. Shine Bright just shifts out and just a little bit better that afternoon, comes and runs down Sensational Notion. I think this horse can bounce back. Reunited with Hamilton. Not saying that JD did anything really wrong last time, but Hamilton might just have the good feel for this horse. And Sensational Notion catches a field. Not a lot of speed, but I think he's going to put this horse in a good tactical position, make a move, and be right there at the wire. I'm not going to pick him on top. I'm going to use him in any multi-race, exotics that we're going to use. Bilko is going to be my top selection. This is kind of like the 3rd race for me, Stan. I just see suspects, just kind of nobody really reaching out and grabbing me. Let's look for a little stranger. We took Leatherberry earlier with the first-time turfer. We're going to take a shot with Bilko in here. I know you like Bilko a little bit.
Yeah, I use Bilko in the exacta. Let's start with that one. Yeah, Dale Cap, nice $40 winner yesterday. And this is a 3-year-old. I like the patient handling here on this horse. A 3-year-old just getting to the races by gemologist. The dam didn't run. However, the second dam was okay. Was 3 for 7, made over $91,000. Won a little turf sprint stake at Keeneland. This guy is a half brother to Silver Chest, who won 12 times, made over $200,000. A bunch of nice works here at Laurel Park. You get the 7-pound apprentice, Luis Rodriguez, Lasix in debut. I like the outside post. Sometimes that they drift a little wide coming out of the gate first out, but
Yeah.
I'll take it here.
We
for
don't mind it
Delco.
the way this track's been playing, too.
Sure,
If it
yeah,
stays consistent the way it's been, this shouldn't be a bad position whatsoever. And a little stat on Dale Cap. Now, I know it's going back over the last 5 years, but just for straight 3-year-old first-time starters, he's 3 for 16, 9 for 16 in the money with a positive ROI.
Nice.
So that's something to consider in race number 7.
All right, I'll go with the Leatherberry entry in here. The 1A, Me Darlin Cara, it's a 3-year-old by Great Notion. Both these both parts of the entry for Leatherberry by Great Notion here in the 7th race. The 1A, Me Darlin Cara, good third at Timonium at this level, came with a good rally to finish third. The Damn Lovely Rose B, she won 6 times. Leatherberry trained the Dam. She won over 100,000. It's her first foal. Katie Davis will ride, so I'll take a shot here with the 1A, Me Darlin Cara. Ran well at Timonium, I think. The other one, the other part of the entry, the plain one, Me Darlin Chessie, that Dam didn't run, but that 3-year-old's a half to many cats who made over 100,000 around here. Make the rider Taylor Hole on the 1, Me Darlin Chessie. So I think both parts of the entry for Leatherberry have a shot here in race 7.
No doubt. This is a tricky little race to handicap. I mean, I think it's a spread race, no doubt. How about the 3, Trading Cash, Ron Moquette. Got him a newer face here. Horse has been running okay. Trading Cash reported first-time gelding.
Yes.
You go back to that race at Keeneland, April the 8th. Giuseppe the Great, Marshall Plan. Giuseppe the Great came back to run a 95. Marshall Plan like a 72, 73 up at Belmont in better races. Maybe the give up is now, but first-time gelding and the drop from the maiden special weight to the tag could be the cocktail that gets this horse over the top.
And that was a late breaking first-time gelding for the 3, Trading Cash. It wasn't on the final DRF cut. Just came out late this morning on Equibase. So nice job by our horse ID, Shannon Spillman, catching that first-time gelding on the 3, Trading Cash. All right, so nice little maiden 25 to kick off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. I like the late pick 5 today. It got hit yesterday for $9,500. Let's take a look at the late pick 5 today. Starts in race 8. No carryover today, but as always, more money back to you with that industry low 12% takeout on the late pick 5. Let's take a look at my ticket. A $54 play here. I couldn't find a single. I don't want a single Mona Vista Crossing. She might take a lot of pressure from the outside. She'll be tough going right to the front, but maybe the 3 Southern Peach with Centron aboard for Capuano can run her down. So I'll go 2 deep here in the opener. Race 9's a nice maiden 16. I'll go 3 deep in that race. Nice starter allowance in the 10th race. The 7, Billy the Bull, going to be very tough there. But I like a 15-1 shot in there. The 5, Super Secret with the apprentice Franklin Sabalos aboard. That's my top pick there, the 5, Super Secret in race 10. Race 11's a nice upper-level allowance feature of the day, and I'll take the Linda Rice horse, the 9, Forever in Love, my top pick. But using a couple other runners in there, Bombs Away will be awfully tough. And the 4, Southside Warrior looks like a nice claim up there at Saratoga for Mike Trombetta. So nice allowance feature going a mile there in the 11th race, and then I'll just go 2 deep. I think I have the best 2 horses, the 6 and the 9 there in race 12. But let's take a look here. Race 8 is a nice first-level allowance condition for filly and mares, going 5.5 furlongs on the Dahlia Turf Course, rail at 52 feet. And, yeah, Mona Vista Crossing, she'll be going right to the front. That was an impressive comeback win up there against Allowance Company at Saratoga. She was 10-1 with Kevin Gomez aboard for Ollie Figgins. They went right to the front and they said, "Thank you very much, Saratoga fans." So she'll be tough again. Maybe a little tough inside post, but she looks like the class of the field.
She does. Looks awfully tough. The unfortunate part from a betting standpoint, you're not going to get the 10-1 or the 7-1 that if you had her.
Right.
You got her last 2 times. She's going to be in that 2-1 range, maybe even a little bit lower. She has shown the ability to win from just off the pace. She did it at that $16,000 level where she stalked and pounced and got it done. I worry just like you worry. I went back and watched this 9 horses debut, Alexandra Rossi, at Penn National. There was only a couple sprints that night, I think 3/4 races, but did it very sharply, very quick internals, did it well within herself, had a little bit more in the tank. There is some turf breeding when I looked on the bottom side. We found that. So what's she going to bring to the table for Mona Vista Crossing? You have to use Mona Vista Crossing in any of your exotics, I believe. But I agree with you. I think Southern Peach, Dale might have stolen one here from King and might get through this day other than condition. Real good try first off the claim, had a horrific start, was able to rally against Northern Eclipse, who's come back and run well in 2 other than competition, and then a win over Mascova, multiple winner in starter allowance types. Southern Pitch Peach fits the bill and has Cintron. Probably your main upset threat to the one.
Yeah, she's 11 for 18 in the money here at Laurel Park with 3 wins. She'll be coming late with one of our leading riders, Alex Cintron, aboard. I throw the 10 into the mix as well here on the outside. My Sister's Ledge from the Mike Trombetta barn. Julian Pimentel will ride. I love the cutback in distance here. This horse a good third going 2 turns on the grass back in July in the Pearl Necklace behind Betty G and Riley's Choice, who would come back to win. I like the cutback here, the 10, another closer. If there's a fast early pace, a couple closers could be coming. The 3 Southern Peach and maybe the 10, My Sister's Ledge.
How about even Grogger? Grogger likes to come from the clouds. Just missed back over Preakness weekend in a decent race. So, yeah, Tanya's Gem I like as well. I think Tanya's Gem's a horse, kind of a couple starts on the turf. You really can't fault either one. Beat Goldwood, the Goldberg horse. They came back to win. Fear No Evil has run well in New York. And the Suffolk Try, not bad at all when it's chasing Vicky's Dancer around. I think this is another one that's a user in your exotic. So Tanya's Gem and I think Southern Peach, they're going to look for things up front to get heated, and they'll try to be the beneficiary of that. Grogger, maybe even from further back, as well as the 10, My Sister's Ledge.
A lot of people will probably be keen on the 1, Mona Vista Crossing in their pick 6 and late pick 5. I use her, but I like the 3, Southern Peach as well, to be coming late. So nice turf sprint there to kick off the pick 5. Let's take a look here. Race 9 to kick off the late pick 4 of the afternoon. Some maiden claiming $16,000 for 2-year-olds, 5.5 furlongs on the main track. And I go the outside here. This horse will be the heavy favorite, the 9 Circle R for trainer Anthony Ferrier. Steve Hamilton will ride. He's been aboard both starts here for this 2-year-old son of American Lion. The debut in the slot back in July, a good second against maiden 25,000 company that day. They stepped up to the maiden 40. That race a little too tough, won by Dynamic Asset, who came right back to win an allowance race after that. So Circle R has been freshened since then. A little maintenance half-mile work here in September for the comeback race. Stevie Hamilton will have all the options available to him, breaking from the outside. This horse will be coming from out of it. Hopefully, maybe a little more improved speed. Hopefully, at this level.
Yeah, no doubt. The jam certainly does scare me. So the red flag goes up, but the kickers, they only paid $6,000 for this horse, so I can see the move. Maybe it was run back a little too quick after that big, strong debut. Only a 5 or 6 day rest between races. Had trouble both starts. Gets a good draw from the outside. Suspect speed up top. Circles, makes a move. If it doesn't get it done today, it may be never for Circle R. Passion Night, I've seen this move before with the Linda Albert horses. Get a little tune-up at Timonium. The Lasix goes on. This horse came up very well between horses. Real game effort when rallying late. I don't mind the stretch out at all. I think Passion Night with the Lasix on is a main threat. That's a good move here. Profitable standpoint for trainer Linda Albert.
I like the 8. I'll use that runner in the exact to the 1A. Part of a decent entry here for trainer Jamie Ness. He has the plain 1, a first-time starter. He's out of Queens by Brahms. And then the 1A, Brahms Breeze, also by Brahms. Has a couple races under his belt. The last race at Timonium, a half-mile maiden 10, a good third that day. But since then, a nice, strong 5 furlong work September 17th here at Laurel Park, 101-1, going 5 furlongs. That was a strong workout, I think. Second time Lasix today. Edwin Gonzalez will ride the 1A, part of a strong entry, I think, here for Jamie Ness.
Yeah, a couple bomb shots maybe to throw in the 6. Bogo. I know 8th beaten 10 lengths, but the numbers works out of that Fenton's 4-chord maker. A little better second time out, and the right kind of drop for trainer Bev Heckrod. And how about the 2, a first-time starter, Patriotic Quest for Annette Eubanks. I like the steady progression of workouts, that half in 48, and then right to the 102-1, breezing out of the gate. That's a good number here, especially for a 2-year-old at this level, and the mare has had a debut winner.
All right, so we both like the 9 Circle R there in race 9 to kick off the late pick 4. Very nice 7,500 starter allowance race for you in the 10th race, 3 and up, going 5.5 on the all-along turf course. And the favorite, Billy the Bull, a fan favorite, a gorgeous-looking 7-year-old by the champion, Holy Bull. Billy the Bull, we know his game. He goes right to the front. He didn't like the yielding turf course. First off the claim, last out for Mary Epler early August. She's regrouped since then. Probably some nice long gallops over there at Pimlico. No works posted, but he'll be ready to go. Alex Cintron aboard here. So 4-time winner at Laurel Park, Billy the Bull. Going to the lead, but I'm going to pick a long shot to come running them down. The 5, Super Secret, a rider change to Franklin Sabalos, a good riding apprentice around here. This horse is strong, second 2 starts ago, just behind a wall of horses trying for home in his last race. I think the 5, Super Secret, be coming late here with Sabalos aboard.
Sabalos, okay, I didn't get that. Got that good. Live rider, a big price.
Yep.
This horses run big at a big price. So, yeah, I'm going to definitely toss that horse into the mix. Yeah, Trainer Mary Upler, she's trying to get off the schneid here. I know a couple of wins maybe up at Delaware, but things trying to work itself back in Maryland. And reached and grabbed this horse off of Kieran for 15 and stepped up into that tough allowance race. Rapid Dan, pool winner, Grand Flora. That was a good field and got chewed up on that yielding turf course. He's the one to beat. He's been a staple here at this $7,500 level, $7,500 starter level. Awfully tough. The road is going to go through him. Stranger here, Emblem Man coming in, though, for trainer Robert Taylor. I'm going to take the shot. Caught the other than a Parks a couple races back. I think he's got enough speed to maybe stay close enough and maybe churn and wear down Billy the Bull late. Little better price. Take the 8 and even the 9 Bluegrass Ball coming in for Bernie Houghton. Another one who is going to need a little bit of a setup. I think this horse is okay, though.
Well, I like the 8 Amblin Man. I overlooked the 9 Bluegrass Ball a little bit. It's won his last 2 in a row, turf and synthetic. How about Mario Pino with the win last out against Forest Boys today? I think Robin was saying he likes this horse, the 9 Bluegrass Ball. It's a nice turf sprint here. Who else do I have besides my top 2? The 1's going to be coming late. Put your seatbelt on. Edwin Gonzalez aboard for Bruno Tesori. This horse a 4-time winner on the grass at Laurel Park. Last time on the grass at Laurel Park at this level back in July. Came from way out of it to win by a neck. Was claimed for $11,000 by Bruno Tesori. The open 15 and the slop last out. This horse gets back to the preferred surface today. The 1, put your seatbelt on, is going to be coming late.
Yeah, Billy Bull, he better revert to that form that he had. If not, he's in trouble. There's some horses here that are pretty consistent at this level, and they will. Well, they'll be taking aim, no doubt about it.
All right, big crowd gathered down here by the paddock already. I believe it's the Racing 101 crowd here, learning about the game from Phoebe Hayes and everybody else. Got away from the crowd over there. Hopefully we'll have big crowds here all afternoon for our 12-race card. A bunch of big fields on the turf. How about race 11, our feature of the day? It's a 2 other than allowance condition. Optional claiming $25,000, going a mile on the Dahlia turf course with the rail at 52 feet. A bunch of nice runners in here. I like the price here. I went price shopping in this race. So I like the 9-2. I'm getting on the 9, Forever in Love, for a powerful Linda Rice operation here. Steve Hamilton will ride a strong win against 2 other than allowance company right here at Laurel last April. But because this horse won a New York bred race up in New York, is eligible to come right back in this 2 other than. A strong second as the favorite, going 9 furlongs back in July. It's been freshened since then. Linda Rice, 27% with a positive ROI. Horses coming back from this kind of freshening. You get to the good ride, and Stevie Hamilton on the 9, Forever in Love.
Yeah, this is a race where I know we've got the same exact horses, and they probably are the horses to beat, the 9, 1, 4, 2. And that being said, I think you're going to get prices all which fall around between that 3, 4, 9-2 range. I don't know if anybody's going to get like pounded in here. Maybe Bombs Away, the bettors like betting, and maybe even Forever in Love certainly can come down a little bit off of that 9-2. But he's going to be my top selection as well, Stan. I really fear Bombs Away. I think Bombs Away got caught in a duel last time. I think he is tractable in this particular position with the speeds, the main speeds to his outside. But Forever in Love, he's been hampered the last 2 starts. 2 good efforts, tried really hard, but the leaders got away with it on the front end. He's going to get a little bit more help up there this afternoon. As you said, he's won this condition before. Gets a little help, though, because he's got that state bred win under his belt. Good feel. It was tough for me to separate the 1 and the 9.
If the 1 Bombs Away wins today, this is a well-bred, Phipps stable, homebred by Smart Strike, and this is a nice 2 other than. If the 1 Bombs Away wins, then might be the last time we see this horse in allowance races. Well, you try to find a 3 other than somewhere, or you go to a stake race after you win this race. So it's meant to be a nice horse to 1 Bombs Away, and the horse was a little cold on the dirt, and then Shug McGahee, the Hall of Famer, put him on the turf in a nice 3. That was a dominant win 2 starts ago against A Other Than Company here against a tough field. Do That Dance in there. Ran in a stake race this summer. So then a good third on a good turf course last out to Motivational. A nice Jack Fisher winner that day. But I think Bombs Away going to be awfully tough on a firm turf course today. You mentioned, I don't think doesn't have to go to the front. Forrest Boyce, a good rider. If she's getting a lot of early pressure, she's going to take right back back out of that and try to come with a late run.
Dealt with some kind of token speed to its inside 2 races back, if I'm not mistaken, was able to kick back away. I just think last time out, who was it that went up and ran with this horse? The Tortoise might have been a little bit keyed up. This horse just got caught up into that battle and just couldn't quite hold on. Turning back to a mile, a little shorter run into the first turn, which should help things out with the positioning for Bombs Away with the other speeds to the outside. I think Forrest Boyce will relax. You'll see one of the better efforts Bombs Away has run on the grass course. Interesting, weird little stat I saw for Rudy Ride. You see the 91 last time out off the win in New York coming from way back. I'm sorry, up at Saratoga. He's only 1 for 27 first off the claim with turfers over the last 2 years. I thought that was an awfully odd number.
It's a nice feature. The 4 Southside Warrior for Trombetta, first off the claim. This horse is a 2-time winner on the grass. You get Alex Cintron. I use that runner in my top 3. Nice feature of the day there in race 11 to kick off the late daily double. Hope you're alive and all your big will pays going in to the 12th race. A bunch of big will pays in the last race yesterday. Hopefully I'll be alive to some of them today. Race 12 here. We're running out of time. We're 5.5 furlongs on the main track, claiming 5,000 for 3-year-old fillies or older filly mares. Never win 3, and I think the 9 and the 6, the best 2 horses in here. I'll go with the 9. Ken O'Hara should get a nice trip from the outside. 1 going a half mile at Timonium and going 6.5 at Timonium. So I like the versatility. I like the speed on the outside for the leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez.
Yeah, she's definitely going to have to deal with Scarlett's Ransom. I think Scarlett's Ransom might be a little faster than her, maybe the initial quarter of a mile, but she looks like it. She was so sharp last time and was able to kind of just dictate. She might be able to sit just off of it and make that pop move around the turn. Don't leave out Leatherberry. I think Antietam Creek is poised to run a better effort. I don't think the 4 furlongs was right for her at all. She's had some good races at this distance. Things are going to come back to her a little bit in this race. I think this horse is going to bounce back better than those mid to lower 20 buyers that we see here of late. Antietam Creek, the king.
Yeah,
he's got 4 runners, 3 or 4 runners, and they all got live shots.
Got a big day. Mickey Boskin will be here with them, so good luck to the Hall of Famer King T. Leatherberry today, and everybody today, best of luck. Big 12 race card, a bunch of big fields. Dave Rodman will be up next with all of today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.